Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the State Rep Buckner Virtual Job Fair event. Today, we will be hearing from 10 employers hiring for positions across multiple industries. Each presenter will speak for approximately 5 minutes or so to give you some information about their organization. We'll highlight the job openings that they currently have. After presentations have concluded, we will then be transitioning into small group discussions with the employers on the line. Small group discussions will be held as one continuous 50-minute session, and you will be able to move freely from room to room. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available on the Illinois workNet YouTube channel for you to refer to later. Now, I am pleased to introduce Eugene Johnson with IDES. Eugene will be giving a brief presentation over veteran services that are available to folks on the line. So Eugene, feel free to take it away, sir.
Good morning, everyone, to the employers and to those that are job seekers. You can go to the next slide. My name is Eugene Johnson. I am a disabled veteran outreach program specialist. I was in the Army. 13 Bravo was the job or that field that I was in. Next slide, please. Today, you'll learn who we are, and what we do at IDS, why we support Illinois veterans, how we support Illinois veterans, and how you can get connected with support. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. We promote economic growth and stability. We help with unemployment insurance benefits, employment services, business service, and labor market information. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Excuse me. Next slide, please. And next slide, and then we'll go start there. How we support Illinois veterans, we help them through employment and supportive service, special programs and partnerships. We'll continue that as we continue on. Next slide, please. How we support you in the special program is veteran services for those that are service connected, those that are veterans. We also help with reentry, special population for those returning citizens, disability employment services, and apprenticeships as well. Next slide, please. Jobs for Veteran State Grant, which is the program that we have. There are 2 people in every county or every supporting area. There's a disabled veterans outreach program specialist or career coach and a local veterans employment representative, which we consider a leaver. Next slide, please. The veterans business specialist or the leaver, they talk to the businesses about the benefits of hiring veterans, develop relationships with employers to connect with veterans for the jobs. What we do is the career coaches one-on-one career services for eligible veterans, and we connect veterans to partner programs that offer training and services, as well as employment services program representative. Next slide, please. Who is eligible? These are the requirements. I served on active duty for more than 180 days and did not receive a dishonorable discharge. I was discharged or released from active duty with service-connected disability. I was discharged or released from active duty with a sole survivorship discharge. I served on active duty during a period of war or in a campaign or expedition for which a campaign badge is authorized. I am a member of the reserve component under an order to active duty. If you can answer one of any of these questions that would entitle you to the services. Next slide, please. Getting to work, we do have priority of service, applies to programs funded by the Department of Labor. Priority of service is for the veterans and the spouses, include employment, training, and placement services. And then with the federal government, there's the Veterans Preference Act. Next slide, please. How do we connect you with support? Next slide, please. Next slide, please. These are our partners that we connected to, Veteran Readiness and Employment, the Homeless Veteran Reintegration Program, National Guard Reserve members, employees, and for the National Guard, the Yellow Ribbon Reintegration Program. Next slide, please. Did you know employees can receive a federal tax credit for hiring veterans and other target populations? Next slide, please. If you would like to reach us, you can email us. You can email me at eugene.johnson@illinois.gov, or you can look at the information here and you can reach out to us. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Congratulations on the start of the new process.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that presentation, Eugene. And again, Eugene, if you'd be so kind as to add that email address into the chat for folks, if you feel comfortable doing so, that'd be fantastic as well. That way they do have a point of contact to reach out if need be. Thank you so much. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into our employer presentations here today. Before we get to those breakout rooms, I do believe our first presenter on the line today is Kevin Irvine with Rush University Medical Center. Kevin, welcome.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Next slide, please. So good morning, everyone. So I'm Kevin Irvine. I work at Rush University Medical Center on our talent acquisition team. My role at Rush is kind of a unique one in that I'm not recruiting for any specific jobs at Rush, but I recruit people with all types of disabilities and chronic health conditions, as well as veterans, and also people who live on the west side of Chicago. But I kind of let people know about all the different opportunities we have. And so in the breakout room, I'll be happy to give some tips on, what are some best practices when you're applying for jobs at Rush, and answer any questions you might have about either specific jobs or the culture at Rush or anything else. I think one of the things that's important to know is that when we're talking Rush University Medical Center and Rush overall, we've got multiple areas. We're a large academic medical center. Our main campus is on the near west side of Chicago, so just west of downtown. And Rush includes both the medical center, which is also Rush University, Rush Copley Medical Center, which is in Aurora in the western suburbs, Rush Oak Park Hospital, which is just west of Chicago. And then we have clinics in Chicago and the surrounding communities, including Oak Brook. So many different opportunities at Rush. The majority of our in-person positions are going to be at our main campus on the near west side. We have a separate recruitment team for some of the jobs at Rush Oak Park, as well as Rush Copley. So I'm going to be focused on jobs at Rush University and Rush University Medical Center. One of the things that we want to emphasize is our I-CARE values at Rush, and that stands for innovation, collaboration, accountability, respect, and excellence. And these guide everything that we do in our work at Rush, but it can also guide you when you're applying for jobs at Rush. I want people to think about what these values mean to them and to think about examples of when you have taken steps in alignment with those values. So when did you see something that could be done differently or better and taken steps to do something about it? And what was the outcome? When did you work as a team and collaboration? And think about those stories that you got from your own either work experience or education experience or even volunteer or something else in your life, and think about that when you're looking for jobs at Rush. If you can demonstrate how you live those values, and that you're going to be a great Rush employee. Next slide, please. So we have a number of different jobs at Rush. There are over 700 jobs on our career site right now, many types of opportunities, clinical and non-clinical. You don't have to have a background in healthcare for some of the positions we have at Rush. On this slide are some of the basic, some of the jobs we hire for regularly, including patient care technicians, certified medical assistants, phlebotomists, pharmacy technicians. And then the non-clinical roles include patient services representative, patient access coordinator, supply chain technician, environmental service specialist, EVS, which is custodial, guest relations associate, security officer, clinic coordinator. We have some food service roles, both serving and cooking. We have patient transport positions and community health worker positions. Next slide, please. Now, when you go to our career site, you can look for jobs in all the different areas I mentioned, not just Rush University Medical Center, but I'm going to be focused on jobs at RUMC, as we call it. So you click on the Apply Now under the Rush University Medical Center. Next slide. And that is going to get you to a page where you can search for jobs in different ways. We have some categories on the right side of that page. including food service and support services. There's also a category at the very top called New This Week. Always recommend checking there regularly because we do add regular jobs. I mean, we do add new jobs frequently. And if you apply for a job, you find the New This Week category, you know you're getting in early in the process. Next slide. You can also search by department. You can search by specific shift. So first shift is middle of the day. Second shift would be afternoon into evening, so roughly 3 to 11. Third shift would be the overnight shift, and then fourth shift would be rotating. So probably be it could be some different hours and different days, and maybe alternating weekends. You can also sort by keyword, search by keyword. Can you hit next slide, please? And when you're looking for work jobs at Rush, if you're looking for remote opportunities, we do have some that are remote or hybrid. You'd want to type remote into the keyword search box. If you're interested in part-time opportunities, type in part-time. And then when you look at our job descriptions, there's gonna be more information about the hours. There's a job number that's really important if you need to reach out to us with any questions. More information about what the shift may look like, and more. Next slide, please. I'm going to go into more of our application best practices in the breakout session. So these are just some quick tips, which I'm going to skip over because we have to, for time, want to make sure the other employers have a chance to speak. And then I also want to mention, I'm going to be putting some links in the chat to some of the different pages on our career site, and also to link to volunteering, because one great thing about Rush University Medical Center is we use volunteers. We use hundreds of volunteers. And it's a great way to kind of get in the door at Rush. And if Rush is where you really want to work, and you have time, 4 hours a week to commit to a volunteer shift, it's a great way to get some experience at Rush. Anyway, I'm going to put all my contact information, everything else in the chat. Look forward to meeting some of you in the breakout room, and we'll go into more detail. Thank you.
Excellent presentation as per usual, Kevin. Thank you for that. And again, keep your eye on the chat for the information that Kevin did mention that he'll be placing there for you for follow-up. Thank you so much, Kevin. We'll go right into our next presentation here today. And I do believe we have the Illinois Department of Human Services on the line. I do believe we have Amelia available to present. Amelia, if you want to take things away, feel free.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. My name is Amelia Gavina, and I'm with the Illinois Department of Human Services Bureau of Recruitment and Hiring. And I've been part of the IDHS family for going on 3 years in February. I've worked in recruitment for 25 years in a hospital school setting, hospital school district, and Cook County government. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Next slide, please. All right, let's see here. So who is IDHS? IDHS is one of over 80 agencies that report directly to the state of Illinois. We are the largest agency. We have about 13,300 employees, and we are overall in the business of helping. We help the residents of Illinois gain access to social and human services, programs, and resources to enhance their lives. For example, access to food, shelter, affordable childcare, services, and healthcare coverage. Our services reach 1 in 3 residents in Illinois, so we're quite busy. We are composed of 6 divisions as they're listed here, and I can get more into what they specifically do in our breakout rooms. Next slide, please. So here are a list of some of our high need titles. These positions require college coursework or an Illinois professional license, and we continuously hire into these titles throughout the year. And we have various sites. We have 14 hospitals that operate 24/7 throughout the state of Illinois, and at those hospitals, we are in high need of registered nurses, dietitians, activity therapists. We also have a high need for accountant professionals. We have a very large fiscal department. Next slide. These are other high need job titles that again continuously we continuously hire for throughout the year. And just to highlight a few, and like I mentioned earlier, I'll get into more detail in the breakout room, but it includes a social services career trainee. This particular position requires a bachelor's degree. And what they do is they meet with clients who come into our offices who need some kind of resource. And what they do is they meet with them, they assess their case, and then they recommend which programs and services they may qualify for and also guide them through the application process. We have office assistants, office associates throughout the various locations throughout the state of Illinois. We also have a mental health technician trainee. Now that position is equivalent to like a certified nursing assistant, but the nice thing is we don't require the CNA certificate. As long as you have a high school diploma and we don't require experience, so we'll train you on the job. So it's a nice position there. Next slide. So we offer a robust benefit package, and the best part of our benefits is there is no waiting period. Your benefits literally kick in the first day of employment. Those benefits include health, dental, vision insurance, 13 paid holidays, 10 to 25 days of vacation days. We have 10 weeks of paid maternity and paternity leave. Up to 100% tuition reimbursement. For most positions, our work week is 37.5 hours. We also have, if you are bilingual and you are hired into a position that requires you to speak a second language, you are paid an additional 5% of your annual salary. So those are just a few of our many great benefits that we offer. Next slide, please. So how do you get in touch with us and how do you apply? Well, the first thing you want to do is visit our website, which is listed here. You can easily create a search depending on the type of position you're interested in, or the location, or the county you live in and where you're willing to travel for work. Keep in mind that we post our jobs for 10 business days. So if you see something you're interested, you want to go ahead and apply and not wait too long, because once the position or the application window closes, then you cannot apply for that particular opportunity until it becomes available again. Again, on our website, we also recommend that you create job alerts, and you can create these alerts based on job title, and this will ensure that you don't miss out on any future career opportunities. Once those positions become available, you will receive an email alerting you that those positions are now posted. Next slide. So in order to contact us, you can send us an email at dhs.recruitment@illinois.gov. We take pride in responding within 24 hours. If you're interested in learning more about our website, we have that listed here as well, and the website where you can locate all our current vacancies. Thank you for your time and interest, and I look forward to meeting and talking to you in the breakout room. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that presentation, Amelia. And again, DHS, Rush, and all of our employers today will be in those breakout rooms to answer your questions directly. So please plan to stick around if you are a job seeker for that portion of the event. Continuing on here, I do believe we have the Chicago Lighthouse, and I do believe we have Angela and or Martha on the line to present.
Good morning.
And Angela, there we go. Fantastic. Feel free to take it away.
Good morning, everyone. So I am Angela Kearney. I am the Assistant Director over recruitment, and I'm also the Community Engagement Coordinator. So I'm here just to open up some employment opportunities. Chicago Lighthouse, next slide, please. Chicago Lighthouse is a world-renowned organization serving the blind, visually impaired, other disabilities, and all our veteran communities. Next slide. So I'm just going to be giving this an overview. So positions that I'm currently recruiting for are now with Illinois Tollway, the call center agents. So they're responsible for providing customer service for individuals having iPass accounts, electronic tolling violations, violation notices, billing issues, and responsible for speedy resolution of inquiries utilizing all available resources. That tollway call center is located at 750 South Halsted, which is at Halsted and Polk. It is a remote position after 4 weeks of training. The position schedule kind of varies now. They're part-time from 1:30 to 5:30, but that is likely to change very soon. The training is for 4 weeks, 8 to 2 o'clock, 8 to 2 o'clock Monday through Friday. But we could talk more about it, of course, in the breakout room. Next slide, please. I'm also recruiting for medical schedulers with the University of Illinois Hospital and Health Center. So medical schedulers are responsible for providing a world-class patient and family-centered experience across the continuum that contributes to the customer satisfaction, retention, exceptional quality, value, and financial health in a high-performance contact center environment. They're pretty much just responsible for scheduling patients, doing some insurance verification, and responding to needs and services that doctors may request. That's pretty much for the medical schedulers. Next slide, please. I am also recruiting for patient access representatives with North Shore. So again, it's almost like a medical scheduler responsible for answering phone calls with patients, scheduling, doing some rescheduling for some medical tests, answering general questions related to health system services. I would definitely be able to go over these job descriptions in the breakout room. Next slide, please. In addition to all of the great call centers, this is our benefit package. As you see, we have state-of-the-art call centers, no nights or weekends at this point, flexible work schedules, competitive benefit package up to additional 25% of your salary. We have 10 days paid vacation, 12 holiday pays, 6 sick days. They can accrue up to you max out at 16, they carry over. There is medical covered 65% by the Chicago Lighthouse. We have dental and vision insurance, short and long-term disability, life insurance, and of course, a pension plan, which now we have the 401 option retirement plan. Next slide. So we also have an employment services upstairs where we assist clients with competitive integrated employment, enhanced employability to assist with job retention. We work with our employers who are seeking job-ready candidates and teach on assistive technology. All of our call centers do require that candidates take a typing test, 25 to 30 words per minute, as well as a computer assessment, meaning they need to have an intermediate computer knowledge, if you will, log on, log off, cut, copy, paste, minimize, maximize on an intermediate level. Again, we can discuss this in the breakout room. Next slide. So here's our contact information, the website to look up any of our open positions, because in addition to the call center positions, there are some open positions. You can visit chicagolighthouse.org, click on careers, and it does give you a list of our open opportunities at this time. And once again, I'm Angela Kearney. There's my contact information, and also Martha Younger-Wright, who is our Senior Vice President of Employment and Rehabilitation Services here. That's it. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the breakout room. We can talk about anything pertaining to jobs and how we can move forward. See you soon and good luck.
Excellent presentation, Angela. Thank you so much. Next, we do have the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And I do believe we have Jolie on the line to present. Jolie, feel free to take things away whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jolie Chandler. I am the HR business partner here at the Food Depository. So I oversee all of the recruitment. So if there are any questions or more information that you'd like after this presentation when we're in the breakout rooms, I definitely encourage you to join. Next slide, please. So GCFD, or the Greater Chicago Food Depository, is Chicago's food bank. We've been around for over 40 years, and we basically distribute food throughout a network of 700 partners. So these can be soup kitchens, shelters, community programs like after-school programs, or what most people are familiar with is the food pantries. All of these locations are independently run, and they do rely on us for a consistent free donation of food. So we have our one location, which is on 41st in Pulaski. And through that location, we distribute probably over 70 million pounds of food per year. Next slide. So I think maybe the screen is cut off a little bit, but there is another slide towards the end that has some information on our website, and there is going to be a QR code. So definitely stick around for that. Here's a list of the typical jobs that we typically hire for. Most of the time, we're often hiring for operations workers. Those are folks who work in our warehouse, similar to like an Amazon warehouse, packing, picking and packing the pallets that go out to our partner agencies. Currently, we're only hiring for Class C truck drivers, which would require that you have a Class C license, which is a different distinction than a regular driver's license. We do have a $1,000 sign-on bonus for that position. And we also are currently hiring for a meal production assistant. That is someone who works on our prepared meals program. Right now is a really exciting time to be joining the food depository because we're in the process of building out a new prepared meals facility to expand those operations. So in that role or in any of these positions, you would have a hand in some of that work. Some administrative roles that we have are communications manager. That person works on the publications and newsletters that we send out to raise awareness. And then we have a few leadership positions available, currently a director of facilities operations, which oversees some building maintenance and a couple of our janitorial staff, and a director of corporate relations. That's someone who raises money and fosters corporate relationships for our development team. Next slide. So qualifications for employment, regardless of any job that you're interested in, we only currently hire for full-time positions most of the time. We are making an exception right now. We do have one temp position, but typically 9 times out of 10, we're only hiring for full-time employment, which would be 40 hours per week. We do require that all staff be vaccinated in order to be employed. So you don't have to be vaccinated in order to interview, but you would need to be fully vaccinated by the time that you start. That would mean either getting the 1-shot or 2-shot sequence, and fully vaccinated for us is 2 weeks after that last shot. So keeping in mind, if you're not vaccinated, that could mean that you have at least a month and a half to 2.5 months before you'd be able to start with us as an employee. The other thing that's really important to keep in mind is having some sort of reliable transportation. Just due to the location that we're at on the southwest side of Chicago on 41st and Pulaski, the only reliable public transportation around there is going to be the Orange Line or the Pulaski bus. So before you apply for a position, I would make sure that you do a Google search to our location from your home and make sure that you'll be able to get there for your designated shift time. The shift times are also listed on the job descriptions. The shift time is the time that you're expected to be clocked in and at your station. So keep in mind too, if your shift starts at 6 a.m., there might not be a public transit route that would get you there by then. Lastly, for operations-based roles, so this is an ops worker, this is a driver or meal production assistant. The job description may say that there's a requirement for you to be able to lift up to 50 pounds. So keep in mind, make sure that you read the full job description if you are interested in a position. Next slide. So here's a list of a couple of our benefits. We've done a lot of work to make our benefits packet competitive over the last couple of years. Benefits begin the first of the month of your start date. So let's say that you start on Monday, the 21st of November, your benefits will begin December 1st. We have standard medical, vision, and dental through Blue Cross Blue Shield, which has a nice provider network, as well as Delta Dental and iMed. We also have life insurance 2 times your annual salary that the food depository covers for you. Like most employers, we have short-term and long-term disability. We also give you parental leave and FMLA should you need to take that. We have a 7% retirement savings plan, which is pretty high. It's the highest employer contribution that I've ever seen in an employer that I've worked for. And another really cool benefit that folks really enjoy is something called a Thrive Pass. It's basically a work-life balance wallet, and it's $3,000 that you get for the year, broken up into installments of $250. So you can use that to pay for things that you would typically pay for out of pocket. This can be gas, groceries, childcare services, memberships and subscriptions like Netflix or gym memberships. You can pay for car maintenance, plane tickets. So that's a really nice additional service that you get, and it's taxed as you use it. So it's basically an additional $3,000 on your salary. Lastly, because we're the food depository, we want to make sure that our staff are fed as well. We have a restaurant pop-up called Fuda. We've partnered with some local and minority businesses, and they do a restaurant pop-up 3 days per week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as an employee, you get a coupon. So the food is subsidized. You get $5 off your food 3 days per week. Next slide. So here's some information to apply. I'll also drop my contact information in the chat since it may be cut off on your screen, but our website is Chicago's with an S, foodbank.org/careers. And there is a QR code if you want to scan that, that'll take you directly to there. Please definitely join the breakout session if you're interested in making an impact on the communities that we serve through food. Thank you.
Excellent presentation, Jolie. Thank you so much for that. And again, if you have any questions for our employers on the line here today, please stick around for the breakout rooms portion of the event where you'll be able to ask any questions that you do have. Thank you so much again, Jolie. Next up, we do have UPS on the line. I do believe we have Eric available to present.
Hi, so my name is Eric and I'm a talent acquisition specialist at UPS. So we're actually hiring at pretty much all of our locations in the Chicagoland area, from Northbrook and Palatine to even Franklin Park, Addison, Hodgkins, even directly in Chicago on Jefferson Street. So we have a lot of positions available, and a lot of them are starting seasonal with the opportunity to go permanent, and a lot of it is part-time and full-time employment. If you can go to the next slide, please. So this is just one of our positions, and it's available. It's available at all the locations. And depending on which location you do, the pay could be slightly different depending on which location. So it's our warehouse worker, it's our package handler. So this position is, you're working in the warehouse before the trucks are going out, and someone's loading those trucks before they go out every single day. It's a part-time position where you can work a decent amount of hours. The shift times would vary. Like Palatine and Northbrook, there's only 2 shifts, whereas Addison, there's 4 different shifts you can go for. So it just depends on what building you're looking at. It has different shifts. Most buildings do have a late night shift, which is about 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., which would be like a twilight shift. And then the other one is going to be a preload shift, which is about 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. And it really just depends on which building you're looking at. And most of our warehouse workers start seasonally during the holidays. And then after they work seasonally, they're hired on permanently as a part-time warehouse worker. And in a permanent position, you get full medical, dental, and vision with that part-time position as well as education benefits. You get an Earn and Learn program for tuition reimbursement. So if you're interested in hearing more about that position, you can talk to me afterwards in the breakout room. Could you go to the next slide? So now the personal vehicle driver, this is one of our seasonal positions that we hire for every year around October. Start hiring in October and look to hire people to drive their own vehicles and deliver packages. It's a pretty nice position. You're working seasonally, so you don't have to stay, but you can make some really good money over the holidays to pay for whatever you want. You get to drive your own car, and because you are driving your own car, you are getting reimbursed for it, as well as, it's $21 to $25 an hour just to earn some extra income. And then if you're interested in staying as a permanent employee, you can go into a permanent position from this. Could you go to the next slide too? And then we're also hiring driver helpers. So this position, you get to help a driver deliver packages. One of the nicest parts about this seasonal position is you don't have to drive. You just have to meet the driver at a certain location. And then, you ride along with him, helping him deliver packages. All of these positions, you could actually get the job offer really quickly, within 30 minutes or less, depending on how quickly you fill out the application. And it's a pretty nice position to get started to go into more permanent positions, those seasonal ones, or in the warehouse one, you're pretty much, if you're interested in staying on permanently, the opportunity would most likely be there still. And then could you go to the next slide? And then we are also hiring tractor trailer drivers. So, you know, people who drive the semi trucks and are interested in having a CDL. We hire externally as well as internally. So we'll help you out internally if you're interested in going for that and you're already working with us. But if you're external, you can still apply. And we're looking to hire people who are willing to drive cross country. Starting rate is $30 an hour and 71 cents a mile. And then after a couple of years, you're making top rate in a union position driving a semi truck cross country. There are a lot of different routes, and it is working with a coworker to drive cross country. And then if you go to the next slide. And then so to apply, all you have to do is go on that link right above, just UPS jobs. And then once you're on there, you can search through any of our jobs. My suggestion is to search by your own location to see what is closest to you. So that way you find the job that's close to you so you don't have to go too far away. And the application process is really simple and straightforward. If you have any questions, you can always talk to me in the breakout room, and then I'll also post my information in the chat, so you can always reach out and ask me any questions you have. All right, so that's just about going to wrap it up.
Awesome. Thank you for that presentation, Eric. And again, Eric will be in a breakout room after we get through our employer presentation. So if you have any further questions for him, feel free to join that session. I do believe he said he was going to add some additional information into the chat for you as well. Thank you so much, Eric. Our next presenter today is going to be Illinois Tollway, and I do believe we have Giotti and Jorge on the line to present.
Yes, hi, good morning. My name is Jyoti Rao with the Illinois Tollway.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jorge Castillo, and I'm delighted to be here with you all today to talk about a tollway and the opportunities we currently have available.
Next slide.
So when you think of transportation, we must think about how diverse the industry really is. It's rail, road, air, and water. This industry can offer a wide array of careers, from that data scientists, engineers, business analysts, construction labor workers, administrative and finance professionals. So again, it's a quite diverse industry to be part of.
Next slide. So where does a tollway operate? The Illinois Tollway is part of the entire dynamic network of Northern Illinois, connecting regional freight, railways, transit, and inland ports, and supports 3 international airports. There are 5 total toll roads located in 12 counties, and has a total of 294 center line miles, serving 1.5 million vehicles every day. Next slide.
The Illinois Tollway organizational structure consists of 17 departments, and they all work together. You can see here from the list how unique each department is and how one agency can be tasked with every diverse work activities, hence the many different jobs available. Everyone in every department participates equally, and their collaboration is important to achieve a common goal or accomplish a task in the most effective and efficient way. We'll talk about the specific careers available in this department soon.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Thank you. Yeah, so the Illinois Tollway is a state agency, so great benefits do apply, such as the state of Illinois retirement benefits, pension plans, tuition reimbursement, vacation accrual, just to name a few, as you can see here. The Tollway also promotes wellness in the workplace. And so those are offerings such as annual health exams, fitness programs, wellness savings, and to really just to promote and foster a culture of good health. Next slide.
Okay, and join the Tollway's mission and be part of a team. Job qualifications range from a high school diploma to a master's degree. It's a great place to work if you seek a future on the Illinois Tollway. Here are the currently available positions.
So there's 2 customer service positions that require some experience, ideal for workers entering the field for the first time or beginning their careers, as they offer great opportunity for growth. The general manager of enterprise resource planning, senior IT project manager role, and the IT enterprise customer service manager are open positions in the information technology department. It is critical that candidates applying for those roles have the necessary qualifications, which we could talk more about during the breakout sessions. The procurement department senior contract negotiator, as well as administrative role here, and employee benefits specialist are two roles that require high level of computer proficiency. Excellent verbal written communication skills are also required for these roles. But again, in our breakout sessions, we'd love to talk with you more about these opportunities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Excellent. Thank you so much to Jorge and Giotti for their presentations today. Please stick around for our breakout rooms portion of the event where you'll be able to ask them any questions that you do have directly to them. Moving on here, we do have city experiences up to present. I do believe we have Danny on the line. Danny, are you available to present?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's get started. So I am Danny. I'm from City Experiences. I'm the regional talent acquisition specialist here. So we oversee those beautiful big boats that are located at Navy Pier. So we actually have our headquarters of City Experiences in the NBC Tower. Go ahead and go to the next slide. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear this video, but I'll go ahead and still present it, and then I'll just talk a little bit more about it. This is just a really short video, 30 seconds. Let's double check if it's playing.
For nearly a century,
oh, you can actually hear it.
brought people together to make memories and forge connections around the world. And now we'd like to welcome you to the beginning of our new journey. Our mission remains the same today, to bring you amazing experiences, whether you're enjoying a vacation, a night out, or exploring your own city. From 25 heritage brands, we're building new brands. As City Experiences, we'll take you on new adventures and connect you with people across the globe, at sea and on land. Here's to another 100 years of great experiences.
All right, go ahead and go to the next slide. So as mentioned, there's about 25 different brands. Here in the United States, we are actually across the east to the west coast. We are owned under Homeblowers. So we have City Experiences in different locations. We also have the American Queen Voyage. They actually depart here as well in Chicago. So they actually cruise around the Mississippi River. They land in Chicago, and then afterwards, the tourists can walk around and get to know our beautiful city. And then they will travel once again. If you go to the next slide, so we have about 25 different brands all around the world. So we are actually located in Australia. We're actually located in Europe and Mexico and Puerto Rico and Alaska, you name it. So any type of ship that you take or cruises or tour walks or anything, that is probably going to be part of Homeblower. Go to the next slide, please. So this is a little overview and where we're located. So if you see the little flags, that's where we're currently operating, and that's where we currently are. Our next slide shows our percentage of what we do. So we have about 237 vessels owned and operated by Homeblower. We have about 33 cruises, 1,000 cruises that goes overnight. We have about 1.7 million Orchestra City Cruises passengers, 2.4 in Niagara Falls. We have 4.4 in the Statue City, so that's in New York. And then overall, we have 9.8 million cruises in the event that happens, and that includes here in Chicago as well. So on the next slide, what positions do we have available here in Chicago for City Cruises? So right now we have restaurant manager, restaurant supervisor, our bar supervisor, sous chef, galley supervisor, cooks, captain with experience, general maintenance if you are interested in doing maintenance on the ships, and then of course if you want to work in our office, we actually have our admin assistant position as well. We do have other positions. Unfortunately, one of our recruiters is not able to do our corporate ones in here, but if you're interested in doing any type of corporate positions with City Experiences, you are eligible to ask me, and then afterwards I can direct you in there. One of the best things about City Experiences is like, the reason I'm showing this PowerPoint of like international and across the United States is because once you're part of the company, you are eligible to move around. So if you're interested in moving to New York, you can still stay with Homeblower City Experiences and look for something that's out there for you. If you're a captain in New York, they can actually come to Chicago, they can move to San Francisco. So that's like the beauty part about City Experiences. So if you're the type of person that wants to do new things and travel around the world and see what we can offer you, this is the place for you. So on our next slide, we have the QR code. So go ahead and take a picture of it or go ahead and scan it. But I'll be delighted to speak to you guys in a one-on-one basis. I'll be dropping on my information as well. So if you'd like to contact me, email me, or whether it's going to be by phone, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything. And that's basically it for me.
Awesome presentation, Danny. Thank you so much. And again, if you do have any questions, feel free to join City Experience's breakout room, where you'll be able to ask any questions that you do have. Thank you so much, Danny. Our next presenter today is going to be Pactive Evergreen. I do believe we have David on the line to present for Pactive. And David, you are muted, just an FYI.
I'm sorry, I do that often. Please forgive me.
No worries, you're good.
So Pactive Evergreen is a global company. We are worldwide. A lot of folks haven't heard about us, but we are the sister company to Reynolds, and you can go ahead and go to the next slide. Just to kind of give you an idea, Reynolds is consumer facing, meaning you can go and pick up any of their products off of your local grocery store shelves. So they do the aluminum foil, the saran wrap, those types of items. Pactive is actually client facing. We make, produce, and ship our products directly to our clients. And you ask who our clients are. Well, our clients are every major fast food chain you could possibly imagine, right? When you go to your local grocery stores and you go to the salad bar, the soup bar, the things that you put your food in, we make that. The containers, the snap trays, those types of things. We also are one of the world's largest straw distributors. So we make straws for several different school districts. And of course, the big three, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's. We do the orange straws for Dunkin' Donuts. We do the black straws for Panda Express. We do the red straws for Chick-fil-A. So any straw that you probably ever drank out of probably came from Pactive Evergreen. The other thing is that we do the cups and lids. So basically, we are the packaging company for food. We don't deal with food at all, but we deal with the packaging of food. And these places would not be able to sell their products without our products. So as long as they're in business, we're in business. You still have a job. Next slide, please. So basically, this is the array of the items that we actually make. We do wrap. What you'll see, our wrap is our cutlery. You'll see there the plastic fork, knife, spoon. It comes with the napkin. Usually when you go to the carryout, you'll get that. We also do the salad trays. We do the meat trays. When you go to your local grocery store, the black, pink, white trays, those are us. You can go on to the next slide. And so our values and our mission. So Pactive Evergreen delivers innovative food and beverage packaging solutions designed to exceed the needs of our customer and the businesses that they serve. Next slide. You can go on to the next slide, I'm sorry. So basically, I was telling you guys that we are a global company, right? Pactive Evergreen is one of the largest manufacturers of fresh food and beverage packaging in North America. 16,500 employees with facilities in 18 different states, Canada and Mexico. 70 plus manufacturing sites producing over 4,000 different products using 14 different materials. You know that we've gone to the recycling era, right? And so we're migrating away from plastics that are no good for the oceans and going to more recyclable friendly communities. So we have 44 warehouses and 10 distribution centers on the US. We have the #1 market share in US molded fiber, egg cartons, meat and poultry trays, which I spoke about earlier, North American food service packaging containers in North America, fresh beverage cartons, and fresh beverage carton filling machines. Next slide, please. Who we are and what we offer. So we offer, and I heard earlier someone is offering 7. I used to tout we were one of the largest contributors to 401k, but someone earlier beat us by 1 percentage point. And so Pactive, we offer a full cadre of health and dental and medical benefits. And so basically we do, like I just said, the medical, dental, and vision program. We are integrative healthcare. We have EPAs, employee assistance programs. You are automatically enrolled into our 401k program after 6 months of continuous employment. We match you dollar for dollar, 6%, and you're vested as of your date of hire. We give, depending on where you're located, we give either quarterly, monthly, or annual bonuses, depending on where you're located, depending on your position, whether you're salary or hourly. Highest safety procedures, perfect attendance awards, employee referral bonuses. We also do what we call a pay for skills program. So although you may come in one of our entry level programs, you get a skills booklet on time at your orientation, at time of orientation. And during that, you will be able to obtain skills, and for every skill that your supervisor says that you're proficient in and signs off on, you get an immediate pay increase. So you don't have to stay at the same rate entry level that you come in at, and you're free to move around after your probationary period of 90 days. We strongly believe in internal hiring, promotions, and so we promote from within to create longevity for a career. That's the reason why we say build your career with us. We also have corporate discounts on phones, computers, and so much more. And I believe that is the end of mine. So I'm going to turn it over and look forward to speaking to you guys in breakout sessions.
Awesome presentation. Thank you, David. And again, Active will be one of the contributing employers to our breakout rooms portion of the event. We have 2 additional employers here before we open up those rooms. I'm not sure if we have a rep from St. Paul on the line or not. I know they joined earlier, but it looks like they might have dropped off. Nevertheless, we do have some of their information here. If you are interested in any positions that they do have currently available, you'll see there we provided, their website URL there. So feel free to copy that down, take a screenshot of that if you'd like to explore some possibilities with them. And additionally, we also provided their contact information for you here on screen. So feel free to jot those down, take a screenshot, and look up any of the opportunities and positions that they currently have available. And our last presenter here today, before we open up those breakout rooms, I do believe is Naf Grill. Forgive me if I pronounce that incorrectly, but I do believe we have Pierre on the line to present. Pierre, are you available?
Good morning. Yes, I am available. No, you did great. It's Naf Middle Eastern Grill. So good morning, my name is Pierre. I run our Chicagoland operations for our restaurant group. Next slide, please. So Naf means to fan the flame. The expression is used as an invitation for friends and family to gather and share a meal together. Back in 2009, Sahar Sander, our late founder, opened the first location out in Naperville and invited the community in to try his authentic handmade recipes true to his Middle Eastern upbringing. Sahar was an awesome guy. He only passed a few years back, but there's so many stories about him inviting so many folks over to his home. He was very hospitable. He would run around the restaurants all day long and walk up to folks and give them samples and whatever you can do to make people happy. So we currently operate 23 company-owned restaurants across 5 states. We do have 40 in total nationwide. It's a very exciting time for us as well. We have over 100 new commitments coming up in the next 12 to 18 months. So that means we'll be opening 100 new locations nationwide over the next 12 to 18 months. So a very fast growing company here. Next slide, please. So what I have available, and this is across the Chicagoland area, from our locations in the Loop and even out to the burbs, but mostly for the downtown area. We have general manager positions. The salary range is between $50,000 and $65,000. That can also be stretched more depending on your experience. We offer a full benefits package from 401k to healthcare, obviously. And then we do 3 weeks vacation time for our general managers. We also have assistant general manager positions available. It's $18 to $22 plus an hour. Obviously, again, depending on experience, same benefits, 2 weeks of vacation. Then we have our shift leader roles. The hourly rate is between 16 and 18 plus experience. We have full-time and part-time positions available for shift leaders and for shift leaders. The tips that come into place with those, it's been a game changer for us So you may come into our brand at, let's say, 17, 18 bucks an hour. But after tipping, a lot of folks have seen that they brought home an extra 500 to 700 extra dollars every month, just based off the tip. Next slide, please. We also have a couple other positions. We have a key holder / baker, 16 to 17 plus. Then we have our team members, 1550 to 1650 plus. All is based on experience, all is negotiable. And again, the tips are playing a huge part in that. So you may make 1550 an hour, but after tips, and you break everything down into math, you're making, you know, $18, $19 an hour. And we are hiring for all positions in the Chicagoland area. Next slide, please. Our benefits, we have very flexible schedules. We have all types of hours at different locations throughout the city. Some of our stores are Monday through Friday. Some of our stores are 7 days a week. We all close. The latest store that we have in the Chicagoland area is 8 p.m. So it's not a late night restaurant. We have a bonus program for our assistant managers and our general managers. Again, I can't express how well tips are with us. Fortunately, we have some great clientele that come through our restaurants, and they really take care of our team. And there's plenty of career advancement. Like I said, again, we have 100 plus locations opening in the next 12 to 18 months. So there's going to be a lot of fast, rapid movement here, and we're trying to get the right place to join this tribe. Next position, or next slide, please. You guys can reach me at my email at panderson@nafnafgrill.com. I also list my telephone number if anyone wants to reach out to me. It'll come straight to me, or you can scan our QR code here. Yeah, and I'll look forward to hearing from you guys in the breakout room. Sorry if I went a little bit too fast. I know that we were trying to kind of wrap this up here. So thanks.
Awesome presentation. Thank you, Pierre. And I don't know about anyone else on the line, but I'm certainly hungry taking a look at those screenshots that you got there, man. So thank you for that.
Pretty good food, man. Pretty good.
I'll have to try it next time I'm in Chicago. Anyways, moving on here, guys. There is one other employer that I want to give a shout out to that's going to be on the line for y'all to meet with. We do have Metropolitan Family Services on the line as well. I do believe they were a little bit of a latecomer to the party, if you will, but they will have a breakout room on the line. I do believe we have Cornelia on the line. Cornelia, if you're available, you can just say a few things for folks on the line if you want before we open up the breakout rooms, just to get folks better acquainted with your organization.
Yes, no problem. I'm here. It's Cornelia. I am on the HR team. I'm an HR recruitment coordinator. Metropolitan, we've been around for over 160 plus years. We're really just helping families in the Chicagoland and the suburban land area. I normally say that's just DuPage, so that Wheaton city, if you're familiar with it. And we do have jobs across the board from entry level, so you can just have your high school diploma, all the way up to double masters. So please feel free to drop by the room. We can chat about job opportunities. We have internships, and we also accept volunteers.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Cornelia. Without further ado, guys, thank you for sticking around. I see that most of the folks that joined the session are still on, so thank you. We're going to delve right into our breakout rooms overview and then open up these rooms for you to be able to talk to all of our wonderful employers here today. So one thing that we like to note before we start the session, we do suggest that you have the most recent version of Zoom Client for Meetings downloaded. This should already be the case by default, but I like to mention it regardless, just in case you're having any difficulty joining a room. It might be that you're running an outdated version of this add-on. So if you're finding that you're having difficulty moving between rooms, joining a room, what have you, you might need to peel off the session, download that, and rejoin. But again, we'll use that as a last resort. I can also manually assign you to a room if you're having difficulties as well. Just a few instructions here as to how to join a breakout room session. So we've got a few screenshots that we shared with you guys here. When I open up the breakout rooms, there'll be an icon in your Zoom toolbar that will pop up. It will say breakout rooms, just like you see here on your screen. You'll click on that. It will then open up a window of all of the current employers that we have on the line for you to meet with. Now you'll see here in the red circle off to the right-hand side that join. button, if you will, or option. You'll click on that, navigate back here, sorry about that. You'll click on that to join whatever room you'd like to. To be able to move between rooms, all you'll do is rinse and repeat that same process. So what I mean by that is, again, you'll go to your toolbar, you'll click on that breakout rooms icon, it'll open up that window again, and then you'll join, let's just say for an example here, you'd click on room 2 to join that room, and it'll take you to that room, and you'll just work your way through all of the rooms that you'd like to go to. Brief overview of what this will look like. Again, we've got our employer reps assigned to the room. We've also got a volunteer in there for basic troubleshooting purposes as well. We are anticipating the session to take 50 minutes or so. And the last bullet points you see here as well is that you'll be able to move freely throughout all the rooms. Feel free to unmute yourself, turn your camera on once you enter your room, so you can interact directly with those employer reps that we have. And just a few ground rules here. We don't want to be Debbie Downer, but again, just things to be mindful of when you're in your session. Just be mindful of the amount of time that you're taking up. You know, if there's other job seekers in the room, especially, ask your question, make sure that you place yourself back on mute. You know, feel free to keep your camera on, interact directly, but just keep things respectful and professional, please. If for whatever reason you opt to be disruptive or inconsiderate, you'll receive a verbal warning by the partner staff in the room. If you do disregard that warning, you will be permanently placed on mute. And then as a last resort, if you are permanently placed on mute, you will be allowed to stay in the session, but you'll only be you'll only be allowed to message folks directly through the chat, which basically means you will no longer have that priority status, if you will. The employers will get to you as time permits. If you cause further disruption in the chat, again, partner staff will have the ability to remove you if need be. You will not be permitted re-entry per Zoom's kind of rules, if you will. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and put the directions here back on screen. I'll keep these up during the duration of the session. I'm going to go ahead and name off who we have on the session here with us today. We do have, again, just as a reminder, Rush University Medical Center, the Department of Human Services, Chicago Lighthouse, Greater Chicago Food Depository, UPS, Illinois Tollway, City Experiences, Pactive Evergreen, and NAF Grill, and last but not least, Metropolitan Family Services on the line for you to meet with. We do encourage you guys, please, even if some of these organizations may not seem to be at face value something that you're interested in, you never know what other opportunities are out there and available for you. So we do suggest going to as many rooms as possible, speaking with folks, putting yourself out there never hurts. So please show some love to all the folks that we have here on the line, join the rooms, ask good questions, and possibly open up your next career opportunity. One other thing I want to note, there will be a countdown timer in the upper hand corner of your screen. That'll tell you how much time we have in the session left. After that, there will be a 60-second countdown timer. So once we have reached that final minute of the session, there'll be basically a minute countdown to let you know it's time to begin wrapping things up if you are still mid-conversation. I did see a question here in the chat from somebody. Yes, we are recording the session. We will be uploading it to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel within 48 hours or so of the conclusion of this event. So if there's anything that you need to go back and reference before sending out those job applications, you will have an opportunity to do so as well. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open up these rooms. If you have any troubles for whatever reason joining a room, just message me in the chat what room that you'd like to go to, and I will manually assign you to that room. There'll be a prompt that will come up on screen. Just make sure you accept it, and it will redirect you to that room. I hope you all have a wonderful event, and we'll open up the rooms now. Thank you, everybody. And those rooms are open and available for you to start joining now as well. Just follow the instructions on screen and you should get there.
Hello, is it you?
Hi there, how can I help you?
Oh, I'm unable to, I don't see how I can log into the room. The
Do you
only
have
thing,
Go ahead.
no, I only see the breakout room session screen is still on.
Okay,
That, yeah, I wanted to log into the social services break room, that career.
yes,
Yes,
absolutely. Okay, I will get you sent there. Just make sure you accept the
okay,
invitation when it comes up on
thank you.
screen.
Let me, where's
Mhm.
it? Okay, join. Okay,
Yep, go ahead and join. You should be good. Excellent. If anybody else is having issues, feel free to let me know and I will get you sent to your the room, excuse me, of your choosing.
hi again. I believe you logged me onto the Rush University breakout room.
Okay, you want to go to Rush?
No, not Rush. I wanted to go to the breakout room where they're
Okay.
hiring for social services, and I think
Yes.
yeah, you sent me to Rush.
Okay, my apologies. Let me get you to DHS.
Okay.
Okay, you should be good now.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Let me see. Where's the accepting? I don't see it. It says join breakout room, so that's what I see. So should I just click that?
Are you seeing the main slide here that I've got up for directions?
Yeah, I see it. It
Okay,
says
gotcha.
yes, yeah, join and then breakout room.
Okay, so let me try something here. I'm going to try to move you to another room and then move you back over to DHS.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to move you to DHS. Keep an eye out for the prompt.
Okay.
Are you able to see that now?
The prompts, I
Yeah.
see that I'm join the breakout room. So should I just click on that?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then click okay, so it says which one is for is it the city, Illinois? No, which one is it? Chicago Lighthouse and
Department of Human Services,
Department
DHS.
of Human Services. Okay, what?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's in there. The check. Okay, I'm gonna join. Thank you. Okay,
Of
now I see.
course. Excellent.
meeting is being recorded.
Nice picture, Angela.
We've got about 20 seconds until everybody from the breakout rooms comes in, so just hang tight, please.
All righty.
All right, folks, I do believe we have a majority of everybody back into the main session here. So with that, we will be wrapping up today's event. Thank you, of course, to the employers who joined us today. Wonderful information was shared. And of course, we hope that it was a fruitful experience for you as well. Olga, awesome message. Thank you. Glad to hear that your first virtual job fair was an awesome, amazing experience. Additionally, a few things that I want to note here for folks that are job seekers and or presenters. Job seekers, if you registered for this event, which we presume you did since you have the link to join, we will be forwarding your contact information over to our employer representatives as well as our state agency partners and workforce partners as well. So that information is in good hands and hopefully will be used to follow up with you as far as leads are concerned. Additionally, employers, we will be forwarding that information to you, so to keep an eye out for that. The session has been recorded as well. I know somebody asked that earlier in the chat, so we will be uploading it to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel. So if you go onto YouTube, just type in Illinois WorkNet, that'll take you to our channel. And there'll be playlists listed off to the left-hand side on that channel. You'll see virtual job fairs. That is where this recording will be uploaded. So feel free to take a look at that before you send out any of those job applications for you. Additionally, again, just want to thank everybody who took part in the event today. Thank you so much to the job seekers. Thank you so much to the employers. Of course, our wonderful workforce partners and state agency partners who help really bring things together behind the scenes. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone.
Of course, take care.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Daniel.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye.